A few months ago, it seemed like everybody had this draft figured out. Markelle Fultz number 1, Lonzo Ball number 2, and everybody else just kind of fell in behind. But then March rolled around. You see, UK's 6'4", 19-year-old point guard had other plans, some of which included dropping 39 on UCLA's Golden Boy. Prior to that, it seemed like De'Aaron Fox was just another guy on everybody's list to fall somewhere around the lottery. But ever since that day, he slowly found himself rising up the draft boards, not only into the top 5, but into the discussion of possibly going number 2, ahead of Lonzo Ball. While I have my own debates on who's the better player, there's no doubt that the hype is real. But that's just the question. Is De'Aaron the truth, or is he all hype? Taking a quick look at De'Aaron Fox's freshman season, he averaged 16.7 points per game, 4.6 assists per game, and 4 rebounds per game, while earning first-team All-SEC honors, along with leading Kentucky to an Elite 8 berth in what was supposedly a down year. So what exactly makes De'Aaron Fox's game so special? The number one thing that stands out when watching Fox's game is his pure natural speed. It's been said he's the fastest player to come out of college since fellow Kentucky alum John Wall, which is no small feat. And while it passes the eye test, it passes the numbers test as well, as he was able to earn 31% of his possessions in transition, which resulted to 5.9 of his 16 points per game coming on the fast break. That's almost a third of his points. And we're not talking about stealing the ball and running it down for an uncontested layup. We're talking about a guy getting an outlet pass and simply outrunning everybody down the court. And I understand that once you get to the NBA, the athletes are faster and more experienced. But fast don't lie. It's as simple as being able to get from point A to point B before your defender. And there's not many that are going to get there before Fox. But his speed's not only good for transition, but also in the half court, as he was able to earn 55% of his shots from around the hoop. Much of this is from simply being able to shake his defender with 1 or 2 quick moves and just blowing past them with nothing but pure speed. While this number is sure to drop inevitably by playing better athletes, it's still something that's going to translate well to the NBA and something I feel will become a staple for his game throughout his entire career, much like John Wall, who you can easily compare Fox to. Another one of his strengths is easily his finishing ability. Fox features a large arsenal that includes many floater packages and the ability to finish with both hands around the rim. He was able to finish his freshman season shooting 59% around the rim, which is a really impressive number. The only thing that really holds him back from this standpoint is the fact that he needs to get a little bit stronger to be able to finish with contact, especially against guys who are going to be bigger and stronger once he makes it to the next level. But possibly the one thing that Fox has over all his other competition in this draft is his ability to simply lock up. His lateral quickness is second to none in the draft, and he features active hands, which has allowed him to get 1.5 steals per game. With the NBA quickly developing into a point guard driven league, you can be sure that this is going to be a valuable tool for the future, as he's going to be forced to lock up with several of the top players in the entire NBA right from the get-go. The ability to stay in front and maybe even get a hand on the ball once or twice is going to be a huge asset for him throughout his career. The only thing that really needs improvement on the defensive side of the ball is the same thing that needs improvement when it comes to finishing, and that's the need to get stronger so you're able to handle the physical toll that is needed to succeed at the NBA level. Now, as naturally gifted as De'Aaron Fox is with his speed and his defense and even his finishing ability, he does have some glaring weaknesses that I feel do hold him back from making that jump into a superstar player at the next level, but can be easily corrected, and I feel like with the right amount of work ethic will be corrected. The number one most obvious issue is his shooting ability. He only shot 24.6% from 3, which the way the NBA is a 3-point driven league, you've got to be able to shoot consistently to really be effective. This is something we've seen guys like John Wall, who I compared Fox to earlier. This is some of the things that we've seen hold him back from reaching that elite status in the NBA. And while he's beginning to improve at it, had he had that coming into the NBA, I mean, you can only imagine where he'd be by this point. One promising thing with that is De'Aaron did improve in the month of March, and you saw how it paid off, the way he was able to drop 39 in the Sweet 16 game. And a lot of that was because his jump shot was falling, not necessarily from 3, but the pull-up jump shot. And that's one of the keys to De'Aaron Fox's game, is if that pull-up jumper is falling, the defense has to come up on him, and then he's able to blow past them if they have to respect his jumper. But if they don't have to respect his jumper, they can sag off, and that makes it a little more difficult for him in his speed. So if he can get that pull-up jumper falling, or those little floaters falling, and especially a 3-point shot, Let me tell you, if he can get a 3-point shot consistently dropping in the NBA, he will be one of the hardest people in the league to guard because he's naturally so fast and quick. You will not be able to stay in front of him if you have to come up and guard him. So like I said, showed a ton of potential of that in March. So if he continues to improve on that, and I've seen tons of videos out where he's constantly working on his shot in pre-draft workouts and just workouts with trainers and such. So I hope that he improves it because he will be such a fun player to watch if he's able to reach that point. And then another small issue I've noticed, and I've read up some articles thanks to Draft Express and some other guys who do such an amazing job with scouting these prospects and seeing their strengths and weaknesses. But I was reading an article and it made a lot of sense, and so I decided, I want to talk about it a little bit too. The way that really De'Aaron's passing ability was kind of subpar, and while he did average 4.6 assists, it was pretty clear that he wasn't always the best at setting up his teammates in the best way, and I think that'll come with experience. I mean, the dude's only 19 years old. I mean, it's not like he's like a seasoned vet or anything. So I think as time comes, he'll see the court better. That should come naturally. And but like I said, an improved court vision is another thing that could take his game to another level. But I mean, I do want to say this. Like, I really feel like with the right amount of improvement from the shooting standpoint, really that's the only thing that I can see holding him back from becoming a superstar. And I really like De'Aaron as a player. I caught a glimpse after they lost to North Carolina in the Elite Eight game, whenever it showed him and his teammates in the locker room crying. And that was really something that stood out to me, because you don't see a lot of players that are planning on going to the NBA wearing their emotions for their team on their sleeves like that. That right there showed me the beauty of the game of basketball, for one, but the fact that he was so passionate about it. And that kind of stuff wins me over all the time. So I loved seeing that side of him. I think he's got a great future in the NBA if he stays with it, if he improves on the small things that could hold him back. And I don't believe he's all hype. I believe that he's got the natural, God-given ability to succeed in basketball. And if he's willing to put in the work, the sky's the limit for him. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. As always, it's been a lot of fun to make. I love sitting down talking hoops with y'all. I want to give a quick thank you to Track Stars. Y'all can look them up on YouTube. They have a podcast. Thanks for interviewing me. I really appreciate that. I had a lot of fun doing the interview. It's great to kind of get my story out there and talk to someone about it. And it's been great to see this channel grow, man. I want to thank every single one of my subscribers, the people that support me day in and day out. I do this for y'all, and I love bringing y'all stuff that you like to see, and I love connecting with you whenever I can. So I would love for you guys to please follow me on social media. I'll put the links in the description below. Anytime you want to talk hoops, connect, I'm totally down for it. Again, thank y'all for watching. I don't want to take any more time of your day. God bless.